As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Is it cold enough for you yet? Well, we'll ask that question again in the morning, and I think we'll get a few more yeses as we head into our Sunday. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe, and that's the big story. Cold temperatures starting to take over North Mississippi in winter. Hey, welcome to Mississippi. Been a while since we've seen you. Yeah, those temperatures finally moving back into the forecast. Of course, that's one of the headlines we'll be tracking here in the Room to Room Weather Center. We're also going to take the latest look at the drought monitor. I know it has been a few days since it's been out, but we know how the week ended. It was a little bit more action-packed, so now we can take a step back, assess where things sit, and how last night's rainfall will carry over into that drought monitor heading into next week. Temperatures, they are falling. You know when you get on a roller coaster and you're eagerly anticipating that fall? Yeah, we're there, and we're getting to enjoy that fall over the next couple of days as those winter temperatures do return. Sunny skies returning to the forecast as well, adding to what is already, in my opinion, a perfect forecast. So I hope you guys do enjoy this stretch of days as we do enjoy that high pressure centered forecast moving forward. The first 12 already seeing those clear skies overhead at 11 p.m., 42 degrees. And as we get into tomorrow morning, you see the cold temperatures return. How long has it been since we've seen a temperature in the 30s? Yeah, been quite a while, and we finally get to enjoy that for the start of our Sunday. Still with those sunny skies, so very fitting, right? We put sun in Sunday, getting those two things paired together, and it's making for a phenomenal forecast once again. As we take a look at the latest on that drought monitor, I told you we would be talking about it at the top of the show, and here's where things currently sit. That level 3 drought that has been there for, I feel like, a good couple months now, still overhead for Grenada, Yalobusha, up there towards Panola, Lafayette, and Calhoun County. But where the changes happen? On our scale at the top of the screen, you see that level 2 drought now encompassing a large portion of North Mississippi. Now, earlier on this past week, we did get a county added to those burn bans, county primarily south. But as we look up here in North Mississippi, I wouldn't be surprised at all if things are as dry as they expect to be next week, maybe adding a county to those burn bans because it is just going to be a very dry pattern moving forward on top of what is already a building drought monitor as we get into our January forecast. But this was definitely a blessing for our drought monitor. As you can see with the amount of rainfall that we got here in North Mississippi, just highlighting a few locations that stand out. Up there towards Alcorn and Prentice County, you can see 2.7 inches. Same thing over there, I believe that's around Burnsville too. 2.7 inches in Pontotoc County. Working our way south into Choctaw County, I see 3.8 inches, so significant moisture was there. And you can see this stripe working its way all the way across Oktibbeha, Lowndes, Clay, even Lamar County in Alabama with 2 to 3 inches along that stretch. Chula showing around the same margin, 2 inches, and even back there, 2.3 inches close to Hollandale. So down south, a little bit more significant moisture, but not saying that we were out of the question up here on the northwest side of things, but not as impactful rainfall as what they had down south. If we expand things out, you can definitely see that it is a very soggy forecast down there in South Mississippi. So we were talking about that severe weather threat. Well, the flooding threat was also equally as concerning, and you can see some of those rainfall totals around Macomb, 7.4 inches over this entire stretch of the system. And as we work our way up that stripe, yeah, you're going to see a lot of 7s showing up, even a 6 in there. So for the kids out there, yeah, 6, 7 inches. So we're getting that in South Mississippi, even close to Hattiesburg and over there towards southwest Alabama, 6 to 8.3 inches, my word. So lots of rainfall down there on top of those severe weather reports. So it was an action-packed day in South Mississippi. That's what we told you guys. That primary threat was going to be further south. Here in North Mississippi, we definitely dodged that rough forecast. We'll take a soggy one if that's all we're going to get. Our Mama Justice Doppler radar showing a few showers out there in southwest Alabama, but here in North Mississippi, no rainfall to think of or even to see. So I think that we're going to stay dry overnight, and not just dry, but also clear as that cloud cover works its way on out. Those breezy conditions also preventing us from getting any of that fog. So usually we say, when there's moisture in the forecast, the potential for some fog is there. Well, whenever you have the breezes that are in the area, especially as strong as we're getting, that kind of works the fog on out, and so it doesn't allow it to form. So no foggy night for our forecast, but what we are going to be getting is those clear skies. Up north, a little bit of a wintry mix up there around Chicago, and I believe Green Bay as well, so we know that that game's going on right now, and they're probably dealing with a few flakes, but all of that does expect to remain north. This is that wraparound moisture, some lake effect snow actually coming off the Great Lakes up there. So be glad you're in Mississippi, because this is definitely a forecast that I'm not envious of whatsoever. I wouldn't mind snow, but not to that magnitude. So let's go ahead and work through Futurecast. And as you can see right here, I'm going to keep it on the broader scale. All of this moisture, once it gets away from the low pressure center, it just doesn't fully reach into North Mississippi. So we're not expecting any rainfall, any showers, any snowfall for our Sunday forecast. So 3 a.m., you can see that wraparound moisture starting to move up there towards the northeast with that low pressure center. And what we're left with down here is primarily the effects of this high pressure center out there towards the west. Whenever we have the positioning of a high pressure center out and towards the west, we get these northerly breezes because it does have this. I thought I got my marker out. Let me get my marker back out. Is it working? Sweet. Okay, so we get this northerly wind because it has this clockwise. The pen does not want to work today. Will technology abide? Okay, now it wants to write. Okay, I guess I have to stand like right in front of it. Sweet. Okay, so it has this clockwise motion to it. So we get these northerly breezes that start to work into, yes, all the way in North Mississippi. That's just how dominant this ridge is. And so with this high pressure center, even if it's all the way out there towards New Mexico and Texas, we're still getting the effects. And since we are so far away from that high pressure center, a few of those gusty winds are going to be a little bit stronger than what folks are seeing out in Texas and Oklahoma. That's because, of course, that gradient is a little bit tighter, and that's why we get those stronger winds as a result. So as we work our way through Futurecast, you can see that those northerly winds remain in the forecast, but no chance of any precipitation of that matter for our mid-morning forecast on our Sunday. So heading off to church, going to be good with no rain jacket or any umbrella. We're staying on the drier side once again. Noontime, still seeing that same stretch. And those breezy conditions, I mean, my word, it's going to be a gusty forecast for our Sunday. You can see some of those breezes about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Some gusts, not out of the question to get up to 20 miles an hour, but those sunny skies going to reign supreme. It's going to be a beautiful forecast all day long. High temperatures only topping out around the mid to upper 40s, so it's going to be a cool one even by the afternoon. So I hope you have those layers ready. I hope you've knocked the dust off of your sweatshirts. It's time to get them back out, and it's going to be a good looking forecast for our Sunday if you can handle the cold. So coming up in the next 60, we're talking about that extended stretch of cold. We talked a little bit about it at 6, but we're going to reassess that in more detail, talk about when that next weather maker will move into town. We're also going to talk, temperatures, how quickly they move into the area overnight, at least for those cold temperatures, I meant to say. But we'll be tracking that in more detail live from the Room to Room Weather Center here in the next 60 on Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Game day brings its ups and downs. Celebration and disappointment. Anxiety and relief. Friends and enemies. You can always argue over who should have won, but everyone can agree on great food. Appetizers, entrees, drinks, party platters, or even the taste of sweet victory. There's something for every season at Eat With Us restaurants.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
Out with the old and in with the new. It's time to save big at Room to Room's New Year's sale. Store-wide markdowns 50 to 70% off, no tax, 48-month special financing. It's a new year at Room to Room Furniture in Tupelo. There's no place like home.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
Beautiful night across North Mississippi with those cold temperatures starting to move into the area. 45 degrees at Talcott County and Kosciuszko, but that measure of moisture, dew point at 39 degrees, that is definitely the golden number tonight because it's keeping those dry conditions overhead and pushing that moisture away. I do want to note that 6-mile-an-hour wind out of the northwest, making those feels like values drop as well. 41 degrees right now, even though those actual temperatures are at 45. And Kosciuszko, not the only location that's experiencing some of that wind chill. If we work our way north into Pontotoc, you're seeing 45, feel like 42, and that dew point, 37 degrees. Just a great forecast after that active pattern last night. Excited to finally get some sleep tonight and enjoy those calm conditions overhead in North Mississippi. Greenville 45, feeling like 41, and Dew Point currently at 39 degrees. You're getting a bit of those stars showing up as well because of those clear skies overhead. So go out, view the stars, or at least enjoy the sunshine heading into our Sunday forecast, because it's been a while since we've seen a sunny forecast like this. We just unfortunately have to layer up if we're going to enjoy it. Our Mama Justice Doppler radar staying with those dry conditions overhead, but those cold temperatures, that's the big headline heading into our Saturday night and Sunday morning. As we populate in a few of those values, you're seeing 42 Clarksdale, 44 Hollandale, 39 already in Hernando, 41 Corinth, and 45 there towards Fulton. Of course, these temperatures just a sign of the shift in the trend. And if we see out west, we're tracking even colder temperatures with 42 in Little Rock, 39 in Oklahoma City, and 35 there towards Wichita. So yeah, Matt's family enjoying some cold air up there, but out east, that front still making its move. And so it's still going to be in the mid to upper 60s. Hey, we remember those days, right? Feels like yesterday. Literally was. But at least it's going to be a cold pattern heading into tomorrow, and that temperature change really showcasing how cold it's going to be with an 18-degree difference in Tupelo. And bear with me, I'm actually going to populate in one of those darker blues because just genuine curiosity of how cold that is. 23-degree difference. Then that just shows us how cold things are going to be tomorrow morning here in North Mississippi. So did you enjoy the warm air? Well, unfortunately, it has to go at some point. Winter does have to move back into the forecast by midnight. 41 degrees, 38 there by 3, and 36 by 6 a.m. Still with those clear skies, a beautiful forecast once again. So let's go ahead and track out Futurecast. And as we head into those overnight hours, not tracking anything in regards to rainfall, any snowfall for any of our fans out there that are wanting some snow. No, not going to be happening on our Sunday, despite that cold air going to be moving in. But those breezy conditions, that's definitely a big note in our forecast. So these low temperatures, they may be in the low to mid 30s, but let's go ahead and look at how these trend with that wind chill. And we're talking feels like values below freezing up north along the Tennessee state line, and even at freezing. We're talking about folks along Highway 82. So nonetheless, layer up. You're going to wish you did, especially with those breezy conditions mixed in. Me personally, I can handle 30 degrees. When it's 30 degrees with the wind, it becomes just honestly overwhelming. I do not like it at all. So for anyone that's heading to church tomorrow morning, make sure to layer up, because these breezy conditions paired with 35 degrees, pastors out there heading early, yeah, it's going to be a cold one, so may need to grab that second or third layer. 44 even by noontime, with those winds coming about 10 miles an hour, even knocking those temperatures back a few degrees. So even by the afternoon, even with all of that sunshine, it's still going to be a pretty cold forecast. So as we track Futurecast out into those lunchtime hours, of course, going to be showing those dry conditions once again. But look at how clear everything is. Go outside, go to the park, go eat lunch outside, something to just enjoy this beautiful forecast, because it's been a rarity here recently to get a fully sunny day. On top of that, with this cold air, I love a cold winter forecast. Not a ton, but every now and then it makes you appreciate that winter forecast for sure, especially with how warm things have been. If we carry that into those Sunday evening hours, we're not tracking anything in regards to moisture. All of this going to be some of those high-end cirrus clouds, so not exactly blocking that sky. We're going to continue to see those sunny skies all day long. High temperatures on your Sunday, as I mentioned, not climbing too much, with 46 in Clarksdale, Cleveland, 49 Greenwood and Grenada, 51 around Kosciuszko. And as we work our way north and east, you can see 45 Boonville, 44 Iuka, Corinth, and Red Bay, 47 around Tupelo, so a cold one all the way around. Let's keep that Futurecast moving into our Sunday night, and we are again going to see those dry conditions overhead. I know it looks like it's going to be those clouds in the sky, but these are going to be those cirrus clouds once again, the high in the atmosphere clouds that are real thin and wispy. Yeah, don't really do much to our skies, so I think we're going to stay with those mostly clear conditions. Those carry in the forecast overnight and into the start of our Monday morning. So yes, it is going to have a little bit of those cirrus clouds, but nonetheless, we're still going to be enjoying those calm, cool, and mostly clear conditions even into our Monday morning. So tracking out those temperatures Monday morning, told you guys it'd be cold. Told you winter was going to return. 25 degrees in Oxford and Water Valley, as well as Grenada. Houston seeing around that same margin. 24 in Bruce, 26 Boonville, Red Bay, and Tupelo, as well as around Amory and Columbus, and 26 towards Macon. So temperatures, they're cold tomorrow. They get even colder by Monday, but luckily that forecast does not change, and those sunny skies do stick around into our Monday mid-morning, even by those lunchtime hours. So as we head back to work and school this week, At least we're not tracking severe weather. Like I said, we can handle a little bit of cold as long as we just layer up as we head into those plans for work and school. So Monday afternoon, staying with those dry and clear conditions, so don't need to track any rainfall on that front. And into those evening hours, once again, going to be those dry conditions as high pressure remains right over the top of North Mississippi. So let's go ahead and look at those high temperatures. It's going to be 51 degrees, Water Valley, Grenada, and Greenwood. Same thing around the Golden Triangle with 50 Holly Springs, South Haven, and Tunica. Our normal 53. We're not far from it, finally, so we're actually enjoying some of the air we expect here in North Mississippi this time of year. Now, someone was sharing some memories, and I know that we had a snow day this time last year, so I know that folks are wanting it. Folks are wanting any mention of it. Unfortunately, just not in the forecast for the next several days with how dry things are, despite those temperatures being on the cooler side. 46 on Sunday, 50 on your Monday for high temperatures. Tuesday, Wednesday going to be in the mid to upper 50s as well. But look at low temperatures. Watch how they trend. And it is going to be a cold forecast all week long. The only reason why Wednesday has a bit of a break, some moisture does move into the forecast, but nonetheless, you're going to be in the 20s more than likely all week long, no matter where you're at here in North Mississippi. So looking at that extended forecast, we see sunshine for our Sunday, Monday, and mostly sunny for our Tuesday. Wednesday, chance at a few isolated showers. I do expect at least a couple of those as a frontal system moves in, but not anything like we had for our Friday. And as we head into our Thursday and Friday forecast next week, going to be a beautiful forecast once again, and cannot wait to get back on the hardwood to be able to view some of our local teams. Of course, we'll get that poll up on your Monday for our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week. Had fun in Biggersville Thursday. I had to remember which day it was. And got some great highlights there. And again, introduced a new member to the team, our Ethan Foster. He'll be helping us with basketball throughout this spring season. So tell him hey, tell Matt or I hey, depending on who is at those games. But it's going to be a fun one this, I keep wanting to say semester, I guess this season, as we enjoy some basketball highlights and then get baseball going here pretty soon. But nonetheless, it's a great week to get outside, enjoy whatever you want to do, just as long as it's outdoors. I see some folks in the chat talking like they don't want cold weather. What's wrong with the cold weather, guys? We need it a little bit. So if you want it to be warm, I'm sorry, you guys got your warm stretch. Now the cold weather fans need some love, and I think we're going to be getting that this week. For those that are watching the game or cannot watch the game and want a score update, I'm talking about the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. 27-24, 2:20 left in the fourth quarter. So a great ending there. Go Pack Go or Da Bears. I don't know what they're saying. Whichever one you want to root for. I don't know. It's your preference. Nonetheless, this concludes Gabbing with Gabe. I hope you guys do have a fantastic night. And again, thank you so much for all the support the past couple of days. Really, here at Mississippi Live Weather, we just want to keep you guys safe and keep you guys informed no matter where you're at here in Mississippi. And so far, as we went through this last severe weather risk, everyone has stayed safe. No injuries, no deaths have occurred. There was damage, but you can't really prevent damage from happening. You can alert people of how to stay safe, and we were able to do exactly that. Everyone heeded those warnings and went to where they needed to be, and we stayed away from any lives being lost. And that's always a positive heading into those post-event coverage, and so we'll always take that here in North Mississippi whenever it comes to severe weather risk. But you guys stay safe, enjoy a well-deserved, beautiful forecast for your Sunday. Make sure to download that Mississippi Live Weather app to stay updated on that forecast. Of course, tracking temperatures primarily the next couple of days, but our meteorologist, Caleb Edelblut, will be back at 6 and 10 on your Sunday. So make sure to give him some love. He'll be back from West Virginia. So he saw some snow up there. He'll be able to tell you what it's like. And then, maybe we'll see. We'll see how the forecast trends moving forward. But of course, if anything were to happen, we will be the first to update you here from the Room to Room Weather Center on the latest whenever it comes to North Mississippi's weather pattern. You know what? I will end it with that. I'll end it with a positive note. The cold will help die out the wasps and any other outside bugs. We need the cold. Kim, I could not have said it better myself. Very excited about that because, as all of you know, in Mississippi, we have a pretty long mosquito season. So enjoy the times when we don't have it. We'll see you back here at 6 and 10 on your Sunday. Enjoy your night and have a spectacular Sunday ahead.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.